And just as an update, inshallah, the winter term is going to be starting November 3rd. There's 5 courses. We have Al-Bayquniya in the science of hadith, Al-Waraqat in Usul Fiqh, Al-Mukhtasar Al-Saghir. And this is for beginners. We're going to go over a history of the Shafi'i madhab and some important information that they'll need along the way. And we'll cover that book, and it'll be a great entry point for all the students that would like to study Shafi'i fiqh. So share that with brothers that you know that would like to study Shafi'i fiqh. We also doing a text review session. We're going to read all of the entry level mutoon. You're going to correct your copy. You're going to get exposed to these mutoon. You'll understand some of the basic statements. So that way by the end of it, inshallah, you'll get a grasp of what these mutoon are saying. The idea behind this is, there's a lot of entry level mutoon. A lot. We don't always get the opportunity to go over every single one. You might get 1, you might get 2, and then you move on to the next level. So this is an opportunity really to hit on all of these benefits, because trust me, a lot of them have things that are not in other ones. For example, Safinatul Salah has so many good details that are actually not in Al-Risala Al-Jami'ah, barely in Safinatul Najah, probably maybe half of them are there, right? It's not in Al-Risala Al-Jami'ah, not in Mukhtasar Al-Saghir, not in Abi Shuja', not even Muqaddimah Al-Hadramiyya. And it's in Safinatul Salah. That's like the smallest. That's the beginner's beginning. So getting an opportunity to read through these mutoon, grasping what's in it in detail, you're going to get a lot of exposure that you need. Also, we'll go over a couple benefits that will help you as a Shafi'i student, terminology-wise, some basic backgrounds, inshallah ta'ala, that will help you. And finally, we have our mid-level an explanation on Al-Muqaddimah Al-Hadramiyya, Masail Al-Ta'lim, also known as Al-Mukhtasar Al-Kabir, where we're going to go over that text in depth and detail. When I say thorough, we're going to break it down word for word. It's going to be the longest. The majority of these courses will go from about 10 to 12 or 8 to 12 classes. Al-Hadramiyya probably going for around 4 months. That's doing 1, maybe even 2 a day. That could break it down to 3 months, maybe 2.5. But that's going to take some time, and we're going to work through it, inshallah ta'ala. Scheduling, what I'm doing this time, inshallah, everyone's going to love, because we have a central room. Everyone is joining, and then from there we'll break out in groups, everyone according to what they have registered for in their own private groups. And then me and that group will go ahead and discuss a schedule that fits their schedule and my schedule at the same time. I have a little bit of flexibility right now, so we'll be able to plan it out accordingly in a way that would benefit all ends, inshallah ta'ala, and we'll be able to get right into studying and benefit. In the science of hadith, we'll probably read the introduction of Taqrib al-Tahdhib by Al-Hafiz ibn Hajar as well, and probably do takhrij of a hadith of your choice. And I'll share my screen. We'll bring out the resources in PDFs or Shamila, and we'll actually do takhrij of a hadith or 2 so you can learn how to do it. So inshallah, have that expectation for yourself, where in the future you see yourself being able to do your own tasheeh and tad'if. Now bear in mind, there's a long journey ahead of you to get to that level. But getting the basic info is the beginning, right? So getting the basic now, moving on in the future, inshallah, we'll even look into turning that group into maybe going over al-Ba'th al-Hadith, and then maybe going later on to Tadrib al-Rawi, while having that on hands practicing and learning of the process. That much knowledge, I could tell you this. I went through 2 years of studying the science of hadith with a couple mashayikh in Egypt. Nothing but the science of hadith. I don't use Google to find a verdict of a hadith. I go back to the classical works. I'm able to find what the scholars said. I'm able to read through the discussions of the authenticities of the hadith. I'm able to come to an understanding and conclusion based upon the research that I'm reading. But without this experience, if you read the research, you're not going to understand what they're talking about. And you want to get to that point where you could at least read the research presented by Al-Sakhawi, Al-Hafiz ibn Hajar, Al-Suyuti, Al-Nawawi, Ibn Salah, Al-Zarkashi, and others, where you actually understand what's being said, where you can make an informative decision based upon the research. And that's That should be your goal, the goal that you're setting for yourself, that you want to get to. In usul, we're going to be speaking a little bit about تخريج الأصول على الفروع, and فروع from usul, how to get usul from the details, and how to get details from the fundamentals, and what's the difference between usul and qawaid and nadariyat and so on. We're going to dig deep into that. We'll probably read a little bit in Tamheed by Al-Isnawi. We'll be exploring a little bit the science of dalalatul alfaz, which is very important. You want to understand what the words mean. You know, you might look at a hadith, you might hold up a dictionary, this word means this, but that's not how we do it. That's not how you understand things. So how do you understand it? How do you apply it? That is what we're going to go over, inshallah ta'ala.